Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kylie Vale channel. Once more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it, because we get deep in this video about modern masculinity to the teenagers to everybody becoming of age. It's looked at and considered very toxic, just in general to society, or at least to liberals. But PBS fills us in this fundraise video. Let's check this out.
We turn now to growing concerns around the proliferation of misogyny online and its migration into real-world interactions, especially those involving young men. John Yang has this story about a Detroit teenager's experience and the broader implications of this trend.
Like many his age, Brian Campbell says he grew up an iPad kid, playing a lot of video games.
You about to lose anyway, it don't matter.
And when the COVID pandemic forced schools to shift to remote learning when he was 12, his primary connection with friends.
You know, I value his setup. I like how he put the cherries on there with the bird. That was cool. That was creative. Looked like something I'd do.
Was online.
I would spend all my time on the internet. Either I'm playing the video game or on TikTok or both. Fortnite, NBA 2K. If me and my friends get bored playing it for 10 hours, then we scroll on TikTok and see.
Did he just say 10 hours? See, here's the thing. Back when I was his age, he's around 17, 18. I believe he's in his senior year of high school. I had watched this video previously to, doing a review on this. But anyway, yeah, it's like when I was in high school 20 years ago from now, it was 2025. In 2005, I was in my last year of high school, right? So I was pretty much doing the same thing. The only difference was the internet wasn't really that heavy then. So, of course, I was making mixed CDs on Memorex, Blink Disc. If you know, you know. Had LimeWire, Morpheus, Audio Galaxy, and whatever else platform that you could download and share, illegally share media content. But anyway, let's go.
Send each other videos, and then we get back to playing the game.
Eventually, content with a specific perspective started showing up on Campbell's feeds.
It is so easy to become a top-tier male in the world today because the competition is so ridiculously low.
Topics masqueraded as informational kind of male improvement. I think a lot of these people have lived more life. They're rich, they're nice car, all that. Like what society says is the ideal for a young man.
The message appealed to Campbell, and the more he engaged with it, the more he saw. Campbell had found himself in the heart of what's known as the manosphere. The term broadly refers to online communities that create and share content aimed at men and boys. But there's growing concern about the ideas behind that content. Misogynistic, often conspiracy.
You see these people right here? We have Andrew Tate and we have Myron Gaines. They're the most top talked about after great unc Kevin Samuels, who set it off as well.
Territorial beliefs about gender roles and masculinity. And thanks to a handful of key influencers, the manosphere's reach has exploded.
Yeah, right there. We have Jordan Peterson, Kevin Samuel, Sneeko, which I didn't really pay too much attention to, Myron Gaines, and the first two I'm not really familiar with. Well, I think the first one's Andrew Tate. The second one, I don't know who the hell he is. But anyway.
In an attempt to quantify that growth, researchers in Dublin set up accounts on multiple social media apps, posing as teenage boys. Last year, they reported that in less than half an hour, every one of the accounts was fed manosphere content, whether they sought it out or not.
Yeah, it's an algorithm, it's AI. It's like whatever you search at on your YouTube account, it builds up an algorithm and it comes up with other posted videos similar to what you watched or looked for. So, there's a lot of fake accounts on YouTube and Reddit.
In the post-Me Too movement, we've seen this surge of online misogyny in particular.
Cynthia Miller-Idris is the founder of the Polarization and Extremism Research and Innovation Lab at American University. Her book, Man Up, The New Misogyny and the Rise of Violent Extremism, will be published in the fall.
They land on an influencer who's offering them often very tangible and real help that makes a difference, right? Like get 8 hours of sleep and drink water and get to the gym. And they package that with scapegoating of women or treatment of women or an idea of success as being, dominant. And so, your life is improving while you're starting to believe this other stuff.
Women sell purity, men sell success.
This is seen as a more dominant position.
A woman wants sex more than the guy does.
The average woman will always cheat more than the average man.
Ooh, shots fired. And see, here's the thing. These men are telling these young men to become high value so then they don't have to put up with half of the bullshit that they're going to go through with women if they just stay average. If they just stay stagnant with no growth. They're going to deal with a whole bunch of bullshit from women and then they end up crashing out. So that's why it's important for these men to be the best they can be, socially and financially. So that's the whole point of this manosphere content.
That's the sort of content Campbell was seeing. Soon, he was echoing those ideas.
How, like, women want to control us and, you know, us as young men, we have to not be at the whim of women and stuff I didn't really know what I was talking about, but it sounded good.
Campbell's dad, Al, and his older brother, Brandon, who had fallen down similar rabbit holes when he was younger, noticed a change.
He started mentioning a lot of things typical of someone who believes that the world is against them, where you think that if you are not, I'll say in quotes, superior, then something's wrong. He was kind of taking on opinions that didn't sound like his own. They were opinions that I myself once had because I had gained them from someone else.
While Brian was seeing this material, were you aware of it?
I guess I didn't really pick up on it at first. Over time, you know, you say a few things, it gets a little...
See, of course the parents ain't gonna understand. We all remember Will Smith. Parents just don't understand. A lot of you weren't old enough to hear or know that song, but yeah, that was from 1988. Year I was born, so of course, even at 6, 7 years old, I was already hearing that song, so... And a lot of times, it's like parents, they're not picking up on this manosphere thing. Most parents, they don't know anything about this manosphere shit. Like guys with 15-year-olds, they're too busy. I mean, they know about it now because it's been put out there, but post-pandemic, nobody wasn't paying attention to this shit. At least parents weren't.
A little concerning, like, you know, hey, my wife's gonna clean up after me, being the alpha male and the this and the that and the type of guy that's the strongest, the baddest, and everybody needs to bow down and respect you, but then you don't have to respect anybody else.
When it comes to behavior like this, there's really no excuse for it, but there may be an explanation for it.
Psychologist and author Lisa Damore specializes in adolescent development.
It's helpful to think about 12-year-old boys in broader context. Girls hit puberty before boys do. So what this means is that for 7th grade boys in general, the girls are often beating them at recess, and then they come into the classroom and the girls are often beating them in school. So
all right, who remembers that Gatorade commercial years back? I think it was at least 20 plus years ago. Anything you could do, I could do better. No, you can't. Yes, I can. It was with Michael Jordan and some female. They were running. And that was an old school song back in the 1940s, 50s. It was a boy and a girl arguing. The girl was saying, anything you could do, I can do it better. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. They were just going back and forth because it's like battle of the sexes. It goes back and forth. But that has nothing to do with masculine frame or becoming high value or being a misogynist. So this part shouldn't even been in the video.
if you are a 12 or 13-year-old boy and you have had a very rough day at school where a girl outran you at recess and then had all the right answers when you didn't understand what was happening in class, and you come home feeling pretty small and you hop online and there is somebody telling you, listen, guys are actually great and the thing that's holding us back are girls, that is pretty compelling.
Jamie, I want you to listen carefully.
Online radicalization and the manosphere are at the center of the Emmy-nominated Netflix miniseries Adolescence, the platform's most-watched show in the first half of the year, with 145 million views. It's a fictional account of how these influences lead a teenage boy to murder a female classmate.
It's a call to action by the manosphere. 80% of women are attracted to 20% of men. You must...
That's the 80-20 rule. You hear that all the time. It's quite interesting, though. 80-20. 80% of women like 20% of the men. Those 20% men are the top 20 men, which are high-value men. Status, money, socially, resources. Yeah.
Trick them because you'll never get them in a normal way.
In real life, there's a growing number of examples of manosphere culture affecting interactions between.
What is it? Barking at women, blocking doors. Teachers reveal Andrew Tate's chilling influence on boys. Andrew. Everything's about Andrew. Wow. And since being me, I'm of age. I'm 37, so I don't know what's going on in these schools. I don't have any children. It's just a lot of shit out there. But damn, manosphere driving spike in sexist behavior in high schools. I mean, the sexist shit was there when I was in high school, but it just wasn't this rampant because we didn't have social media when I was in high school. We had Friendster and MySpace that was just starting out, but that was the tail end of my high school years.
Boys and girls.
It's like little things like, oh, you should be back in the kitchen. And even though it's a joke, some people take it really far.
There are games that I've stopped playing because every single time I joined, I'd receive a rape threat.
Me and my former roommate were chased on campus by 2 different men.
Yeah, this is the white man's girl. Look at the tattoos and everything. I'm not even racist, but I know.
Gonna have a lot of fun with us that night.
Those kinds of things are have migrated from online worlds into real life. Sometimes in ways that boys are just trying to be provocative. Sometimes in ways that are really dangerous stepping stones on the way to more harmful and violent content and behaviors.
Experts say the key to combating the spread of these ideas and preventing their worst effects is to engage with young men.
Don't start with a lecture. Start instead with a question. Ask, have you seen this? What is it like to see?
What the hell is wrong with her hair? That shit's giving me a headache. Ah, man. Look like the side of a mop, just...
What do you think adults don't know about this that we should probably know? And how can I be helpful?
That's what happened to Brian Campbell in Detroit. Around Thanksgiving 2020, his older brother, home from college, sat him down for a long conversation.
I wanted him to have a more, reflective idea of how he was engaging with others, how he viewed people, and how he interacted with them, less as like ideas or groups of people, but as individuals.
Campbell says that talk helped pull him out of the manosphere. He still sees online videos pushing misogynistic views, but he says he's able to tune them out and click not interested.
A lot of it was like reminding myself about people in my life, like my grandma, my mom,
I mean, that's important. The people around you, the people that are around you almost every day have a large influence on your well-being, who you are, who you're about to be. So it's a good point to reflect on the energy around you. Are these negative influences or are these positive influences? Because most people are surrounded by negative influences. Their family's not really doing anything for them as growth. That's just how it is. But if you're wise enough, you'll know what to listen to or what not to listen to.
Remembering that there are real life women in my life that I respect and love, and that there's more to it than what the internet shows.
This fall, Campbell will be a senior in high school. His summer is filled with internships and other programs. Now, when he hears friends make misogynistic comments, he tries to speak up. What I won't do, he says, is be complicit.
Wow, okay. So, I mean, seems like good children, right? He has his head screwed on his shoulder pretty good, right? I mean, he has all that education. Seems like he's going somewhere. Good college education. Seems like he'll have a good career someday, right?
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm John Yang in Detroit.
Scholarships, everything. So, promising future for these young men. Good for him. Good for him. Because he could be like these other knuckleheads out here, smoking weed and shit, getting all the baddies. But see, understand the guys that are smashing all the cuties. Understand a lot of times their lives won't lead to anything if that's all they're doing. Partying up, smashing all the cuties, getting them pregnant. Those guys usually don't lead to anything important later on in life. But if you stay focused, become high value, build up high social status, like this guy obviously seems like if he keeps going the route he's going to get to where he has to be. And he doesn't have to follow down this manosphere bullshit, right? So that's good. That was a good video, PBS. Looks like they raised $50,000 so far on this video. Good for them. Anyway, this is Kyle DeVeo. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.